And here is the medieval heroic era. This is where we start to spread. Now, nobody else has hit the golden age, actually, so loyalty-wise, we should be in a pretty good place. We get everything that we want, apart from one choice. I think we're going to go for... Monumentality probably beats over Exodus of the Evangelists for now. As much as I could use my faith to spread my religion around, that's not really what I'm doing to start with, and I'll go for Pen, Brush and Voice and Free Inquiry. Now this gives me Eureka and Inspiration boosts of an extra 10%, which is awesome. Gives me Commercial Hub and Harbour District adjacency into Science, which I'm not going to do for a little while, but also I get +1 Culture for all of my specialty districts. That hopefully makes a bit of a difference. Yeah, so we're down to 70 Science, but we're now up to 40 Culture. Much more balanced. Maritime Industries, here we go. Extra production towards naval units. The Sea City is actually building some of this stuff for me, which is quite handy. My first vote, I actually have points in this. Let's go for city centre buildings, as we normally do, and melee normally goes through. Again, I don't know if I'm going to go for a diplomacy victory right now, so we'll just keep these options open. Melee, city centre. Look, having that extra voting power just helps you to make sure that you get that vote through, so that's awesome. North or south? North or south? I'm going to go south. It seems to be better for me. I might be able to just get away with something there. Oh yes, that's right. I can put down some settlers now. Hang on, let's just quickly just put a turn of that in. Great, so my industrial zone is locked in place. I was waiting to do that. Jebel Barkal is going to be amazing. But I think for now, how much faith is a settler going to be? 235. I could just do that just to put a city down over here, maybe? When's the next time I'm going to pick up a governor slot? Yeah, a bit too long. Okay. Alright, we're just going to have to go for it. Let's go for settler quickly. I'm just going to treat myself quickly to a university there, my capital. Look at that, 6 science. Nice. Oh yes, 81 science per turn now, and that's without the Dark Age boost. We're doing well on tech, actually. Gran Colombia are... Oh, we're drawing with them. Hey, that's pretty damn good. Ooh, and an island at sea. Excellent. That might be somewhere for us to go and explore. I'm going to go explore up to the north as well now. Perfect. 2 galleys. 2 galleys is all I need. So now that Maritime Industries is not very useful for me, let's go for serfdom. 2 extra build actions, you say, when I get a builder going. Lovely. Rome, treat yourself. Let's make sure my capital is doing all of the things that it can to boost itself through. Look at that. I'm actually working this forest tile up there that's not got any improvements on. Ideally, this is probably one of the best tactics for Deity I could ever give anybody. You've got to make sure that you're working improved tiles on like every single tile you can. That makes a huge difference. City number 5. Is it worth waiting to be getting the Ancestral Hall? I don't think it is. Let's just hold fire on that. Puteoli. It's a terrible desert city. It's awful. We all know it. Let's get the builder in. I'll sort it out, don't worry. Oh, we settled too close, do we? What are we going to do? Generate some grievances or take the diplomatic favour? I think we'll generate grievances because those will go away in time. Second great scientist, that is 3 random technologies from classical or medieval eras. Now, classical we're done with. Medieval, oh, we only have 2. Buttress and castles. Okay, right, well there we go. So we will end up boosting that. Perfect. 1, 2. That's all we could do. Fair enough. Oh, Hildegard is next. Holy Site gives science. We don't often pick her up, but she would be very useful. Now already on my travels, there's a +4 campus I can see next to some reefs. There's some good little locations actually. I think settling out and abroad is going to make a big difference for me. Oh, that was the only island on this little bit of coast. Interesting. Very interesting. You can see that Gran Colombia actually have a pretty decent amount of space to the north. That's why they're on 400 score. Look at this though, 6 iron per turn, +4 faith to all cities within 6 tiles. That's 4 separate cities at the moment. 16 extra faith per turn with monumentality and with the letter. That is a lot of faith. And we're going to be very excited to be utilising that as quickly as we can. Yes, you keep telling me about deterrence, Gandhi, but not everyone has nukes, okay? Just relax. Scripture, Natural philosophy serfdom. I think I quite like this. This is a decent enough thing. I do want to jump on Emetep though. If I can get him quickly, that would be an amazing thing. So let's get the industrial zone sorted in my capital nice and quick. So I'm quickly beginning to build up my science and my industry, and what I'm going to do now is beeline towards industrialization. If I can get the 2 workshops running, that would be fantastic, because that's a factory, it's coal power, and more importantly, railroads get unlocked just after. And as we all know, I'm very rational and don't tend to jump on railroads any harder than I physically should, so it's all good. I've also realized that I have not built campuses in like any of my cities right now, so focusing on getting the population up a little bit, the production up a little bit is going to be good. If I stick this industrial zone down, for instance, in my capital, just using my lovely radial tool here, you can see that this will actually boost 1, 2, 3 cities with the factory, and that'll massively help to get my infrastructure going. So that's wonderful. The Sea City really needs its the campus done like as quickly as possible, I think. So we'll get this running. Look, I think this is going to be a good place for it, isn't there? So let's just lock in the production there. And there we go. I haven't taken a government yet as well. I think I like Reformed Church. I've got the letter. So getting 6 cities following my religion, it's got to be a good thing. I've already got 4 cities, and hopefully Puteoli will get put through quickly. I can get Venice quickly with Fez and Valletta. Actually, Fez, I lost Fez, didn't I? Damn. Maybe Armani will be good to pick that one back up. It's just a shame. Imetep. Really wanted Imetep. Imetep's fantastic. I think, what is it, Guilds? Which is the one that gives me engineering points? There is a card. It's not far away. Invention is there. 4 engineer points per turn and then 2 for every workshop. That's a card I want. That's a card I want really quickly. Yeah, I think that's the way I want to go. Okay, we're beelining that way then. Alliances as well. So I've actually got alliances with both India and Scythia if I want them, which basically guarantees my northern borders. That's awesome. I think I'm going to go for a cultural alliance with Scythia. Therefore we can settle right next to her and not have a problem. There's diplomatic service, and I think I'm going to go for a research alliance with India, because I'm likely to send them trade routes. I am selling everything I can get my mitts on at the moment for just raw gold. I picked up 940. Oh, Imetep is 1,900. It is so unlikely that I'm going to pick Imetep up, but if I can, this will be the biggest joke in a long time. Geneva would be amazing if I could pick up. Perfect. A little bit more science from my libraries, and we'll just keep working on that one. My university's not far off being finished in this city as well. Oh, that is Kublai, and I believe in charge of Mongolia, hence the swooping eagles in the background. Lovely stuff. Interesting, 800 military strength. These guys are not messing around. So I have a little bit of gold up front that I could possibly get from them. Maybe if I trade some snuffly trufflies for an amber or a spice. Am I going to get a duplicate of either of those anytime soon? Let me just have a quick look at my empire and survey my lands. Oh, I could buy a spice from Tamiris. Okay, now this is good. This is good. What would it cost? Not much. 40 gold. Okay, I've got an extra duplicate of that now, so I can set up a deal. Luxury trade for some gold and some horses. Perfect. That gives me a little bit more stuff. Imetep is still available. Still available. It's unlikely I'm going to be able to pick. Only India's got some gold to actually give me here. There's the industrial zone finished in Rome. Oh, okay. Yeah, they went for it. They didn't hold back. Imetep was taken by Mongolia. That's fine though, because we are going to get Isidore instead. I'm going to be up to 3 engineer points now per turn. That's really good. I think we're just going to build up the infrastructure in my capital now. It's worth it. Workshop, here we come. In fact, I'm just going to gamble on my capital being an industrial powerhouse. Let's just quickly pick up that. We'll purchase it, and I'll get something a little bit better from this city. I mean, a harbour would be really handy there. I can build the Venetian arsenal soon. That would be awesome. But I believe an ancestral hall sounds good fun as well, so we'll do that. I think I'm going to treat myself quickly to Armani. Let's stick her into Geneva. As long as I'm at peace, having 15% extra science would be a very useful thing indeed. I've got to train a knight, trade routes, artists, theatre squares, medieval fairs, religious conversion. Okay, nothing too exciting going on at the moment. Scripture's not doing much for me at the moment. I'll put serfdom back there, but craftsman, however, that's 9. Oh, 9 extra production, especially because it's mostly in my capital as well. I'm just producing a couple of settlers. I like the idea of settling on this little tiny island over here. That would be a really good pickup for me. Provision! Should have got that way earlier, but never mind. I've just realised though, I went above 100 science. It's turn 107. We're a little bit behind where we probably should be at this time of the game, but don't worry. We're getting a lot of very decent production in now. This is the main thing. There's the scientist we're looking for. 100 faith, but also faith adjacency provides science as well. I don't believe I have huge faith adjacencies in pretty much any holy site. Nope, this one's up down to 0. That's appalling. Never mind. It's not been the best work ethic game, being honest. I should have gone for the immunity, but never mind. We'll pop it down on this +1. Huzzah! Come on, Valletta. Join the railway dreams. There we go. Reformed Church has been boosted. Lovely stuff. We like to see it. Oh, it's taunting me. Look at that. 99.9 science per turn. Not 100. Specifically not 100, so I can't claim it. I can, however, get a second workshop. Perfect. Industrialization has been boosted now. I think getting Kilwer in my capital has got to be an amazing thing. So let's pick that up. 13 turns. It's a little bit of a build to do, but that would be 30% extra science in this city if I can pick up both Geneva, who I've just picked up and I'm now on 118 science, and Fez at the same time, which is possible. I could do. First circumnavigation of the globe. 5 points. It's always good era score, and there's pretty much nothing between this continent. Actually, no, it's one sort of huge fractal Pangaea, but there is all this land down in the south. I think if we can get our mitts on it first before anybody else can, we'll be laughing. Ooh, Geneva have just given me visibility on this. Yeah, that's huge. Massive piece of land. Okay, right. I think we've got to seriously look into getting into this sort of area now. This is a perfect little city. I mean, look at all these reefs around here. It's a beautiful camper spot. More islands in this sea, which is kind of to the west of where we are as well, and more reefs as well. As soon as you see reefs, that is campus adjacency right there. It looks amazing. Okay, so all of my gold and all of my faith right now is just being, I mean, I'm just selling all my resources as well, but it's all being put into getting settlers. So I've just got myself like a third settler. This one is just about to populate this island. This one I think is about to go. I'd quite like to settle over on the west of the continent over there, so that might be quite good as well. Let's just get you into the sea and do that. I'd like to use my gold a little bit more, so I'm going to pick up Reina. I'm going to be able to get myself districts purchased with gold fairly quickly, hopefully. But there's humanism, invention, engineer points, +4 per turn. That's what I need. That's what I need. Wonderful little new city on this continent. Very good. Oh, it's a good one. It's a good one already. Let's get the harbour down to start with. We'll go and rush this by deleting the resources of this tile. And I'll go and put some fish down, get some reefs. I've got a nice monument in the city already because I'm Rome. Yeah, should be good. Industrial zone done as well. Okay, good. Workshop, temple. Lots of infrastructure. Some tiles that haven't been improved. I do need to keep an eye on that, but my, as I say, focus is on getting settlers at the moment. There's mass production, which means industrialization is only 4 turns away now. Perfect stuff. And wonder construction. Perfect. I'm 1 turn away from being able to build a harbour in my capital. Once I've done that, I can build this tasty mausoleum. Mausoleum gives me all kinds of yields on my coast tiles, which aren't really that important, but it does give me the additional benefit of giving me an extra engineer charge. Now, actually, the thing to keep an eye on there is, I believe, is the mausoleum 400 production. It is 400 production. How much does the Isidore give? 215. Not a huge amount, so I can't just rely on him to be able to one-shot build it. So I think building in the capital is a good thing. It is a little bit of a shame because I don't have many yields in that city. It would be better to put it in a city like Lugdunum, but yeah, it's going to be difficult to pull that one off, I think. Just finished 2 campuses in these 2 cities though. Wonderful. Library, build that all up. And my second city on this tiny little continent here. Oh, it's beautiful. An extra envoy. Nice. Gonna move Magnus briefly. I think putting you over on this island is going to mean that I can go and settle this crazy continent over to the east. This is a lot of space, and if I can pick that up for Rome, that'll be beautiful. I'm just about to put a settler down on this area. You can see the settler's making its way over. I've got another settler that's just going to block off this point so that Scythia can't come down any further. Yeah, this has been a fantastic monumentality. Era ends in 10 turns. Probably for the best, actually. Right, this scientist I'm just going to pop immediately because that is +5 health restoration on all of my units. Makes a big difference. Galileo. Nice. Extra science boost. I'm getting by far the most scientist points at the moment, which I quite like. Here's a World Congress. I saved myself a little bit of favour. I've been selling most of it off. I quite like trade routes to scientific city-states, and I'd love it if we could build units quicker. So we'll do that. I'll do 3 votes on scientific and then 2 on production. We'll see which ones go through. Scientific and production. Look at that. Perfect stuff. I have 4 points and I'm winning diplomacy somehow. Hooray! Let's get a university there. And we're building a library there still. 127 science per turn. We are winning. We are 2 techs ahead of Gran Colombia at the moment. And there is Kilwa. Amazing stuff. 3 envoys. Actually, that I always forget about that bit. That is really, really handy. But 15% boost to all yields of a particular type if I have 1 suzerain of that sort of type of yield. So scientific city-state will give me 15% science in a science just generally, and then if I get 2 scientific suzerains, then it gives that 15% boost additionally to all of my cities. So you'll see immediately that Rome's science is up to 55, but just you wait, I now have 4 envoys and I can go 1 to Geneva. That's immediately going to push me up to 145 science per turn, and then I'm going to start flooding Fez now. Hehehehe. Trade route to Mumbai. That's a beautiful thing. That'll help Rome to produce the best things for me. I'm going to just hang on a sec. First of all, we're going to get this harbour going. That'll give me an extra trade route, but also will give me the opportunity to build the mausoleum. But there is a little bit of gold that I've just made from selling all of my luxuries. Let's pick up a factory, and that will immediately, pop, hit all of the cities in this sort of little area. So Antium, I just popped down there. That already is going to get, look at that, a nice bunch of production. +10 already, just for a 1 population city in the desert. That's not bad. Oh, that's unfortunate though. That is coal, right where I was about to build that beautiful +5 campus. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, man, I knew I should have started building that first. That is my own mistake, and that will haunt me for years to come. My first coal mine. Okay, that's good. That's actually good that we've got some coal. I didn't search for the rest of it. How lucky did we get on coal? Oh, that is coal underneath a lumber mill. Oh, that's a little bit unfortunate because that lumber mill was providing adjacency for this industrial zone. But now that we know that's a thing, we can make the best of that because I can put a mine down here and put a mine down on that tile, and that should give the adjacency back to that industrial zone. So that's not the worst thing in the world. But otherwise, that I think is the only coal on my continent. We've got that one that we're just about to go and settle, and then there's some coal on this continent over to the east as well. So that's good. Ah, lovely. A terrible 0 housing city, but that is next to the Fountain of Youth. So, you know, we get small yields. 1 more settler just on this little cape over there. And that is one of the desert floodplains being worked. Beautiful stuff. Just pop that down with a mine. That's another silver that I can sell people. Lovely stuff. Humanism. Humanism gives me some really good policy cards. Okay, we're going to get rid of craftsman briefly, and I'm going to put in invention. That's 4 engineer points and then 2 extra for every workshop I've got. Now I know Rome's got 1, I know Dryana's got 1, and I know that Aquilia's got 1. Did the Sea City get a workshop? Not quite yet, but soon. So that should give me, in theory, another 10 engineer points per turn. That's a really, really handy thing. Mausoleum, down you go. Build it quickly, and we'll go a plonk like that. 3 turns now. Look at lists though. Bilateral relations with Scythia then. Look, I'm going to put a farm down that gives them extra food, as well as me. Well, sort of should have done, but I mean, that's the sort of help that we give. It's brilliant. Look at that. Buenos Aires was hiding on this new continent down here. Lovely. No one's actually suzerained it yet, so there's only 3 needed to take it over. Recruit a great merchant. I mean, we could do that pretty quickly. Hey, that's really nice. And as I remove this, that is the mausoleum. As discussed before, the science, faith and culture from other tiles isn't really going to help me much here because I have like 3 tiles in this city. It's a bit rubbish. The engineer charge is really handy though. So yeah, that should be pretty cool. We should have 2 charges with our wonder builder now. Fantastic, we still do. That's perfect. Renaissance era. And that is a golden age for good old me as well. There's also heroic age for Scythia. Oh, I've got a bit of loyalty pressure there. I think my alliance has just run out, so that's fine. Okay, what are we going to do? Hixor and Draconas would be really interesting here, actually. That would help me to spread a little bit further. It means I can't use Faith to pick up my settlers, but I can use Faith with the letter to be getting all of the extra buildings in. So I think with that, yeah, let's do that. Hixor and Draconas. This could be really fun. I like the sound of this. And you know what? You've all been so well behaved recently. So well behaved, I think I might treat you to something next turn. So this is now a good opportunity to make sure that I've bought all of the important city centre buildings that I need, seeing as I've got all of this spare faith. Now Rome obviously gets the monument set up for 3, so that's pretty good, but all my desert cities, for instance, really should have had granaries by this point. Not entirely sure why that hasn't happened, but it's okay. We'll make do. Look at that. Lovely. Granaries everywhere. As promised,
Petra is
there
a
it
brilliant
is.
display of
Every now
man's
and then I'll
artistry,
build it for you
turning
just to make
barren
you
rock
happy because I'm a
into
nice
majestic
YouTuber
wonder.
who fights back the repressed rage of it being so much worse than the Civ 5 iteration of the same wonder. But you know what? It will actually give me a little bit of food to help this city grow now. So yeah, you know, we'll take it. We'll take it for now. Again, it does this thing though where it always starts working really random tiles. It's like, don't do that. Reformed Church. This lets me basically keep my own religion pretty safe with a bit of extra faith for all my citizens with governors. I get 5 religious strength for all theological combat, so that's really, really good. But the 15% discount on faith purchases is a really, really good thing because that stacks with the letter. You'll notice that it's really useful because I've just bought everything with faith the turn before and now, you know, really should have waited. But that's just me. It's just what I do. Craftsman is a really good thing, and then I'm going to pick up... Oh, I actually haven't got the... what is it called? The Encampment and Harbour card. That's a really good one normally. Never mind. I'll pick up Maritime Industries instead. My first coal power plant is up and running. At electricity, and now 80 production in my capital. Oh, I always forget how casually brilliant Rome is at getting production into the capitals. Awesome. Just looking at how much military the rest of the world has here, 1,549. And don't forget, because we're playing on Deity Plus, say I were to go and fight somebody, they would have a +6 combat strength against me, which makes things very, very tough. But yeah, Boulevard, 1,645 military? That's huge. India, weirdly, are the weakest here by some considerable detail. I mean, that's... Yeah, we've got to think about if we're going to go to war and we're going to fight for some space, we're going to have to punch through a pretty decent standing army somewhere. I think actually maybe Boulevard is the best place to stage a landing. These 3 cities on the coast make pretty decent targets if I can get a decent frigate army together, which I'm, you know, pretty sure I can. Fez got taken from me. There we go, it's back. 205 science. Lovely. I think to help me build an army, the Venetian arsenal, it's got to be done. It's a magnificent wonder. This is also my first settlement over on this new continent to my far east, or my far west, depending on how you look at globes and whether you believe in them or not. But that is coal. Oh, extra coal for production in my city centre. Lovely stuff, and I can immediately go in with faith, get the granary in, very nice. I can get the ancient walls in if I really wanted, but there's no real need for that right now. I live in the most large and sophisticated city, apparently. Huh. What the AI is doing, but I shouldn't really be winning that one. Culture bombing when completing industrial zones, that is possibly the worst engineer in the game. Bless him. Filippo, however, is a lot better. Let's pick him up. Oh, Galileo. We're so close to getting Galileo as well. Oh, now somebody has stolen Geneva. That is very frustrating. Right, Kublai. He's actually friends with Boulevard. That's not the best for me, but I will go for a military alliance with you anyway. Oh, I got an envoy in a tribal hut though. That's a stroke of luck. There we go, Geneva, bam. Back on side, 209 science. Please leave those. I really want to keep both of them. Chemistry's a good deal away, but I think it's probably the best place for me to go. Build an armory, build 2 crossbows, get to the Enlightenment Civic. Well, I'm not far off the Enlightenment Civic, so I'll do that quickly. I don't have an encampment, so that is pretty much impossible. But I believe I can easily upgrade to 2 crossbows, like so. There we go. You know when you find areas of the map and you just immediately regret it? Look down here. It's just Barb Archer Alley. I'm going to keep exploring around it because I'm just going to be one of those people. But yeah, there's nothing really here for me. Run away. Question is, how many adjacent mountain tiles can we wrangle? There's a couple of isolated mountain... yeah, I got 2. 2 real mountains in my empire. Maybe on this other continent though. Oh, there's a triple near Buenos Aires. That looks like a quadruple actually. Unless that's a mountain tile in the middle, which it might be. May well be. Well, let's go and explore. Only one way to find out, eh? Just a little quick switch here. I'm putting Diplomatic League back in because I have a couple of envoys to spend. Rationalism is almost ready to be doing me some really good stuff, but Invention at the moment is the better card, so I'm going to keep that one in. I think that works well. But now that I've got 2 spare envoys, I feel like either we go for this culture city-state that gives me culture equal to 10% of the construction cost when finishing buildings. Now that would unlock a lot of the northern area of the map for me. Or we pick up Buenos Aires, which gives me luxury resources for bonus resources. So basically a few more amenities everywhere, which is really cool. But also gives me the production of +2 production for factories, which I think works really, really well. So we'll do that. I think actually that might race the Venetian arsenal forward a little bit more. Yeah, look at that. Actually gave me sort of about 14 extra production in my capital because of the kill war as well. That was a good pickup. Another spare envoy. Well, I think we might as well go for the other option we were looking at then. So this will give me just a little bit more culture in my capital. Not a huge amount, but just a little smidge. Got another settler. Get into the sea, my friend. 7 movement. Oh, he'll sprint across to this continent now. I've got Magnus setting up on this continent. We're going to just start chucking gold at it to get as many settlers as we can. I'm selling all of the strategics I can get my hands on. My diplomatic favour, again, I'm not really fussed about right now. Oh, 30 gold per turn that was for that. Yes, Hungary. Good on you. Another chunk there. Goodness me. I would rather take the gold than have the voting rights, to be honest. Oh, just as I put my envoy, Geneva's taken. Train a knight. I think I can I do that? Do I know what knights are? Yeah, I know what knights are. Oh, I mean, there we go. I just need to build one of those then. Oh, I accidentally skipped the animation, but you'll just have to trust me. The Venetian arsenal is there. I always like the little flags on top. They're the best bit. Oh, it's such a beautiful wonder. But that's brilliant now. We're getting mercenaries. I'm just going to pick up exploration after, get press gangs going, and we're going to build a ton of frigate fleets that hopefully I can use to kind of give Gran Colombia a bit of a bloody nose. They do have 1,800 military strength. It's kind of like a small part of me just really, really wants to see me fight them, just because I know it's a bad idea. It's a very bad idea, but it could be fun. I finally picked up a diplomatic quarter. I should have done that a long time ago, but there it is. It's done. The consulate's going to get me a little bit more science. That's great. Mahabodhi Temple is only 5... Oh, it's only 5 turns. You know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to build it. I'm going to regret doing it, but I'm going to do it. Pick up Geneva and pick up this city-state, which should give me 15% more culture in my capital. Whoa. Not bad for me at all. And then extra wonder construction. Brilliant. I am just building St. Basil's Cathedral, which down south should be really good because we have a lot of tundra. So 1 food, 1 production, and 1 culture to all tundra tiles. Oh yeah, that's good. First of all, though, I'm going to build the Apadana in my capital. Let's get the knight done quickly. But actually, if I just move my wonder builder, this will give me a bunch of extra envoys when it's finished. Brilliant. We can rush that through. And then I think let's get the Patala Palace going as well. Galileo did manage to find 4 adjacent mountains. I can't see anything better on this map, so bam. Let's pretty much the entirety of economics in one turn. There you go, the Apadana. I should have built that a little earlier. I would have had a lot more envoys out of that had I done it. But again, I'm just not used to building it. Sometimes on smaller maps, the AI gets itself in a little bit of a muddle and it can't quite get it together because this one has to go next to your capital rather than just next to a city centre. But I mean, yeah, I'm not going to complain. It's a brilliant pickup. And with this knight, I get an envoy with Geneva, which is now very much on our side. Should really use Fez. I should really use Fez. Let's spread some religion, shall we? That would be a cool thing to do. Venice would be, oh, that'd be a big chunk up there. My city up there. You know what? I could actually start to be really annoying and take over Scythia's lands. I don't know. We'll see about that. I was debating as to whether or not to rush St. Basil's Cathedral or Forbidden City. I think I'm going to rush Forbidden City, but I'm just going to double check before I start chucking loads of production at it that no one else is building it. 2 results, 1 there and 1 there. Oh, they've only just started to build it though, so yeah, this is good for me. I'd rather have the wildcard policy, I think, so bam. This will get it done nice and quickly. I wonder actually if anyone's doing St. Basil's as well. Nope, just the one on that one. Good, 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 good. What about Patala Palace? No, that one is, that's pretty, you know, no one's competing on this stuff. It's brilliant. Well, actually, and I say that, wonders are being built left, right and centre, but just different wonders than I'm used to seeing. It's voting time. I always like the idea of culture bombs, and no one ever really votes for that one, and I'm going to vote for myself again on both of these things. I'm hoping that the AI is not going to be too fussed on either one of those things. Trajan and, oh no, routes to Gandhi get more gold, but actually we do have a route to Gandhi, so that's not the end of the world. That's okay. There's Mahabodhi Temple, 2 victory points for me, 2 apostles, as well as just being awesome. So actually that really helps with diplomatic victory points, just in case I was going that way. Plus it stops the AI from getting them, which is a pretty decent thing, so hey, we'll take it. Exploration as well. We want to keep our government. I like the government we've got, but I also like press gangs even more. I'm going to check these apostles to see if any have debater. This one does not, so I'm going to evangelize with them immediately. This one does have debater, so we're actually going to move them close because there's an Indian debater right here, which is proving problematic. Well, that's a big difference actually. Look at that, the apostles have +6 combat strength because of the Deity ++. I've been very impressed with how the AI is going about this actually. Bolivar is almost keeping up with me on science, and they really have not got many campuses at all. You just wait until later stages of the game. It's the military strength, which is kind of the most impressive thing that they've been keeping up. Might be a good time to get my amazing holy building. Oh, food and housing, that's good. The stupa for amenity. Pagoda for a bit more diplomatic favour. I'm going to do that. Let's get the pagoda in. But yeah, this should give me quite a bit right off the bat, actually. It's the 2nd in this city. And there's the 3rd. Wonderful. Okay, well, only 3 for now, but that's not too bad. Forbidden City. This gives me a wildcard policy slot. That is one of the best wonders in the game, just purely because a wildcard policy slot can do anything you want it to do. It's always good to have as many of these as you can get away with, so that is perfect for me. What are we going to put in it, though? Rationalism would be a fantastic thing to put in. Would give me another 6 science, but normally that undercooks how much it actually gives you. Visselbanken would be a good one as well. That would help my trade routes be a little bit better. Republican Legacy. Actually, Visselbanken I'm going to stick in anyway, and then we'll go for Republican Legacy. But with the extra amenities and housing, as well as the extra food and production, I think our capital can start to push up a little bit further now. We want all of our cities to get to 15 population, by the way. Then rationalism will make a much bigger difference. We don't have, actually we've only got the 1 campus here. Only the 1 that's a +4. We can do the rest with others, I think. Just might take some time. Leonardo da Vinci is amazing, especially when you have the mausoleum. Workshops provide +3 culture. Well, we can pop that twice, and each time we do it, it has the same effect. So we're on 107 culture right now. That gives me replaceable parts immediately. Oh, awesome. We'll get to that in a second. But if I just do this through, that was 13 culture per turn that got me. That's a big old boost. Yeah, that replaceable parts also is brilliant. Like this tiny little farm triangle is now giving me a decent chunk of food. We are building farms in random little places. I'm not a very farm-heavy empire, but that helps. It helps a lot. Oh, regular viewers of the channel will know how much this pains me, but I feel like I am going to try and build what I will refer to as that university. Ugh, painful. It's really good on this game, but oh my word, it just makes me crawl. Da Vinci goes a second time. This time gets a boost on radio. Okay, not too bad. 133 culture per turn now. Nice. Very good, very good. We're on 40 techs. Boulevard is one behind me on 39, and we are having a science game of our lives. Oh, the AI is doing very well on this game. Very well indeed. Uh-oh. Oh, that looks painful. 4 fertilized tiles and 6 damaged tiles. Oof. Okay, well, there's a lot of stuff on fire, but we'll put that all out in time. Oh, actually, the bath is on fire. That's quite difficult. How have they done that? Is the bath on fire with the water just sort of sat, like, in the middle? And it's the frame of the bath on fire? I mean, who knows? Yeah, that's oof. Yeah, we'll come back to that in a second. That's pretty brutal. Gran Colombia just picked up a meal, which is okay, but I got the campus provides housing and amenities. That's wonderful. That I can put straight into my capital. Boom. I'm sure Scythia won't mind if I start spreading my religion to her. I mean, she absolutely will mind, but I just have a debater. I want to go and debate with people. Come out, wherever you are, apostles. I will find you. Oh, I'm going to find them. I've got a guru just sat behind. Yeah, it'll be good. Oh, Boulevard's going to settle on my continent. Interesting, interesting. Well, this actually is interesting because it's now 1, 2, 3 of their cities all within range of the coast. I think I might pinch that land. This is a really, really good target for me. I'm sort of biding my time right now because I think a frigate rush is not going to be super useful. A battleship rush, though, and that might be more interesting. I finally ended up settling on this crazy little island that I'm going to call Palmyra. Which sounds kind of relatively nice. I'm going to put a campus there. That feels like a good move. I'll put a harbour there. Already that's a nice +3. Oh yeah, lovely. And then we're just going to quickly do... Apparently this is my continent. How come? Oh, come on. That's clearly not the same continent. Ugh. Never mind. Didn't get the Hixonc Dracones bonus, but that's okay. Yeah, I am having no luck with any apostles here. So what I might do is just use a charge or two in order to lure them out. I find a small population city and just sort of lure them out. My alliances have expired once again. I mean, Gandhi would be just as good a target, but I feel like they've been good allies to me this whole game. And I just want to sort of reward that. I don't want to go against Gandhi. I mean, who can fight Gandhi? He's so lovely. Plus, he may drop nukes on me at the end of the game, and I don't feel like that at all. Oh, a guru. That is a guru. Okay. So, we're not going to be able to get the kill, though, in the same turn. I'm going to have to probably get back up. Let's get another apostle, see if we can get the debate promotion. Patala Palace. There's another diplomacy policy slot and also another diplomatic victory point. It's good. It's a really good combo for me because actually I needed the extra policy slot. Now the Alhambra unfortunately has been built somewhere else. Big Ben is still a possibility though, so yeah, lots and lots of options for us here. But there's Wisselbanken, and I believe I'm going to just pop down. Oh, we've got lots of envoys available. That's the question. Is there somewhere we want to just chuck our envoys, or are we just going to hang on a second? I think we're going to hang on a second. Fine. So in that case, what I'll do is I'll just take the usual one, which is Merchant Confederation. And then I'm going to change my mind and get Machiavellianism, because I never remember to build spies, and for once I'm going to make everyone very, very proud of me and build a spy before Pingala gets killed, which is invariably going to happen next turn. Now I've said it. It's not what I wanted. Okay, right, let's evangelize for now. What else can we pick up? Crusade? Oh, Crusade, you say? Oh, I always like that one. That's a lot of fun. Or I could get Apostles cheaper. That could be useful. Monastic isolation, and I can charge my units in a little quicker. Ooh. I feel like Crusade is going to be of limited use. Yeah, Grand Columbia's got Catholicism and they're pretty eager to keep that one up. So, yeah, I think I'm going to be hard pressed on that one. Let's go for Monastic Isolation. Then I can charge in with my religious combat and not worry about the consequences. Civil engineering and chemistry. There as research labs. That is awesome. Okay. Right, public works, get you back in. I always like builders. Natural philosophy is doing good. Rationalism has not had its time to shine just yet, but it will. Don't worry, its day will come. Let's get colonialism, get the 2 envoys, and then we're going to dip towards going towards ideology as quickly as we can. I'm going to treat my capital to a research lab because that's going to go mad really quickly. Oh, 23 science added to me by buying that. Very nice, and now that we've got the spy as well, you'll notice that I suddenly have no niter. Where did my niter go? I don't... You know, I have not the foggiest clue where my niter went, but I think it might be that one. Okay, at any rate, I have like a bunch of niter that I need to improve, so let's just get 2 builders in. I might be able to buy some niter from somebody briefly. Oh, it's not too expensive actually. Okay, that's, you know, it's rare that you see the computer do a reasonably fair deal for something, but there we go, that's perfect. So actually we're going to chop and change. We're going to go for frigate and then we'll get the builders after that point, but that's 2 frigates and I can actually start to build an actual navy, which would be awesome. Now, instead of just protecting my city centre, I think I might go for the Bath, because then that will protect the government plaza and also the industrial zone. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Matthew Wilkinson, Salty Tech, Davalex, Trevor Daspy, Paul Coffey, Kroger Brand Trail Mix, Alex Noob, Cinnamon Beard Portland, Petra Ryan and Matthew Hatch. For all of your support and for everybody that generally helps the channel to thrive, thank you all very much. See you next time.